It started on a cold Tuesday morning. The sky was painted in dull gray, and the wind whispered like it carried secrets too heavy to hold. Emma was walking to school alone again, her worn-out sneakers crunching on the frosty sidewalk. Her backpack was too big for her frame, and so was the world that often felt too heavy for a 10-year-old heart. Her parents worked long hours, and her house was often filled with silence rather than stories. She didn't mind being alone, or at least she'd learned not to. But that morning something changed. She heard the soft patter behind her, barely audible at first. She turned. Nothing. A few more steps, and again, there it was. A gentle tapping of paws on pavement. She spun around quicker this time. And there he was. A tiny golden puppy, fur slightly matted, ears too big for his head, and eyes so full of light it made Emma stop in her tracks. He looked nervous but hopeful, as if she was the first person who had looked at him with kindness in days. "Hey, buddy, where'd you come from?" Emma whispered, kneeling down. The puppy inched forward, nose twitching. Then, without warning, he trotted up and gently pressed his little head against her knee. Emma blinked. Her heart skipped. She glanced down the empty street, but there was no sign of anyone. No leash. No collar. Just this quiet little soul who had decided she was worth following. "You lost?" she asked softly, already knowing the answer. The puppy just looked up at her, eyes wide and ears perked. Emma stood and started walking again, slower this time. The puppy padded after her, keeping a careful but determined distance. It felt like he understood not to get too close, like he didn't want to scare her away. By the time she reached the school gates, her heart was torn. She looked down at him. "You can't come in," she whispered, glancing around to see if any teachers were watching. But he sat anyway, right by the fence, tail wagging. Emma entered the building, constantly turning back to make sure he was still there. All through her classes, her thoughts drifted to the puppy. Was he cold? Was he scared? Was he waiting? At recess, she snuck to the edge of the schoolyard, and sure enough, there he was. Waiting. Watching. Tail wagging with every glimpse of her. Her best friend Anna noticed. "Emma, is that your dog? He's cute." "He's not mine," Emma replied, but her voice cracked just a little. The bell rang again, and she rushed through the rest of her classes, barely absorbing anything the teachers said. The moment the final bell rang, she ran. Out the doors, down the steps. And there he was, still waiting like she was the only person in the world that mattered. "You're really something, huh?" she smiled, kneeling again. He barked once softly, then licked her cheek. It was the first time Emma had laughed in weeks. She couldn't bring him home. Her parents barely managed as it was. But she couldn't leave him either. So she made a decision. Emma started walking, and the puppy followed. But this time, she didn't try to hide it. She walked like she was proud of her new shadow. They stopped by the corner store, and with the few coins she had in her pocket, she bought a packet of biscuits. "Not ideal, I know," she murmured, breaking one in half and placing it gently on the ground. The puppy gobbled it with gratitude in his eyes. They sat on the curb, girl and dog, the winter wind curling around them like a shared secret. "I wish I could keep you," she whispered. And in that moment, something flickered in the back of her mind. What if? Her mom was always tired, always quiet. But maybe, just maybe, this puppy could change something. When they reached her house, the puppy hesitated, as if he sensed it wasn't his place, as if he feared the rejection he'd probably known before. Emma looked down. "It's okay. Just for a little while. You can stay out back. I'll sneak you some food." She opened the gate, and the puppy followed her into the backyard. She tucked an old blanket behind the tool shed, gave him more biscuits, and sat beside him until the sky turned pink. But inside, dinner was tense. Her mother noticed the dirt on her knees and the strange glow in her eyes. "What have you been up to?" Emma hesitated. "Can I ask something?" "Serious." Her mom looked up from her plate, weary but present. "Of course. If something needed me, like really needed me, would you let me help it? Even if it's hard." Her mom raised a brow. "Emma, what did you bring home?" The words tumbled out. The puppy, the waiting, the eyes that trusted her. The way he made her feel like she mattered, like she wasn't invisible. Her mom sighed, then stood. Emma's heart dropped. Her mom walked past her to the back door, opened it, and froze. There he was, curled up, head on paws, tail twitching. She didn't speak for a long time. Then finally, "You know we can't afford a dog, right?" Emma nodded. "I know, but he chose me. And I think I think I need him as much as he needs me. Silence. Then her mom crouched down and reached a hand forward. The puppy looked up and licked her fingers. Emma held her breath. We'll talk tomorrow, her mom whispered. Let's just get him fed for now. And in that moment, for the first time in what felt like forever, Emma felt something crack open, like hope. But the story wasn't over yet. Not even close. Because the next morning, the puppy wasn't waiting outside. He was gone. Emma stood frozen in the cold morning light, the back gate still swinging open. Her breath caught in her chest, and she called out, "Buddy?" Her voice cracked from sleep and panic. No answer. The small pile of old blankets behind the shed was empty. No soft golden fur. No wagging tail. No gentle bark. She rushed through the yard, around the house, up the sidewalk. "Buddy!" she called louder, voice trembling. The same streets they had walked together now felt endlessly empty. She searched for over an hour before school. She checked alleyways, peered behind fences, asked strangers if they'd seen a small golden puppy. Some shook their heads. Others didn't even stop to answer. Inside the classroom, her hands shook. The teacher's words blurred together. She kept glancing out the window, praying to see him appear again like he did the first time. He never did. At recess, she checked the school fence. Still nothing. By the end of the day, her heart was a mix of worry and guilt. What if he thought she didn't want him? What if someone had taken him? What if something worse had happened? Anna noticed. "You okay?" Emma hesitated. "He's gone. The puppy. He was waiting for me yesterday, but this morning, he wasn't there." Anna frowned. Maybe he'll come back. Dogs are smart like that. But Emma wasn't sure. She couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. When school ended, she didn't go home. She retraced every step from the day before. She checked the small corner store. She even waited at the curb where they had shared biscuits. Still nothing. It was nearly dark when she returned, dragging her feet. Her mom met her at the door, her face softening when she saw Emma's expression. "Still no sign?" her mom asked gently. Emma just shook her head. That night she barely ate. She sat by the back door, eyes scanning the shadows. Every creak, every movement, she hoped it was him. But it never was. The next few days blurred together. She left out food. She asked neighbors. She even made a small poster, hand-drawn, with a picture that looked like Buddy as best as she could remember. Her mom helped her tape it to a few poles nearby. It felt hopeless. Then, one rainy Thursday, the call came. Her mom answered the phone while Emma was upstairs, staring out the window again. When she heard her mother's surprised, soft voice call, "Emma, sweetie, come here," her heart thudded. She ran. Her mom covered the phone. "Someone saw your poster. A man a few blocks over says a puppy matching your drawing has been lingering near his garage. Can we go? Now, please." Her mom nodded. They grabbed an umbrella and headed out into the drizzling rain. The house was small and old. A kind man in a muddy apron opened the door. "He's been here every evening for the past few days. Scared, hungry. Hides under that bench there." Emma approached slowly, calling softly, "Buddy, it's me." Nothing at first. Then, from beneath the bench, a shape stirred. A flash of golden fur. 2 cautious eyes. And then a sound, a tiny whimper. Emma dropped to her knees. "Come on, boy, please." The puppy crawled out, slow, trembling. Then he saw her face, and something clicked. He bolted forward into her arms, tail wagging so hard it made his whole body shake. Emma laughed through her tears. "You came back. You found your way." The man chuckled. "He's got spirit, this one. Been sleeping in the rain, just waiting for someone to claim him." Her mom kneeled too, pulling her jacket around both Emma and the soaked pup. "I think we need to talk again about keeping him." Back at home, Emma dried him off, fed him proper food, and wrapped him in warm towels. She whispered, "You're safe now, and I won't let you go again." Later that night, her mom knocked on the bedroom door. "Can I come in?" Emma looked up from where she and Buddy were curled up on the rug. "Yeah." Her mom sat beside her. "You know, when your dad left, I didn't think I could do anything extra. Not even one more responsibility. I was just surviving." Emma stayed silent. "But watching you this week, how much love you gave, how much hope you held on to, it made me remember something. We're not meant to do everything alone." She reached out and stroked Buddy's head. "So, if he stays, we do it together. The feeding, the walks, the vet visits." "Agreed." Emma nodded fast, eyes shining. "Agreed." That weekend, they took Buddy to the local vet. He was underweight but healthy. No microchip. No owner. Just a new family. And from that moment, everything changed. Emma started smiling more. Her grades improved. She walked taller. She even started talking to new classmates. All because of the puppy who chose her, and the second chance they both gave each other. But just when things felt finally right, life took another turn. It was a warm afternoon, weeks later. Emma had taken Buddy to the park. He loved the open field, chasing leaves and barking at butterflies. Then, as they walked back, a car pulled up slowly beside them. The window rolled down. A woman inside looked at Buddy and whispered, "Oh my God, is that Rusty?" Emma instinctively pulled Buddy closer to her, her arms wrapping protectively around his soft, golden fur. The woman stepped out of the car slowly, her hands shaking. She was in her late 30s, dressed plainly, with eyes that had clearly known both joy and pain. "His name's not Buddy," she whispered. "It's Rusty. He's mine." Emma didn't know what to say. Her heart thudded in her chest. Beside her, Buddy, Rusty, stared at the woman, tail low, unsure. The woman knelt, tears forming in her eyes. "I lost him over a month ago. Someone left the gate open, and he ran off. I searched everywhere. Every shelter. Every street. I thought he was gone." Emma looked down at the puppy in her arms. He wasn't moving. He wasn't jumping into the woman's arms. He just stared at her like she was a distant memory. "He followed me to school," Emma finally said, her voice soft. "He waited for me every day. He saved me." The woman wiped her eyes and nodded. "He's a good boy. Always has been. He helped me through my husband's passing. He was my reason to keep going." There it was again, grief, mirrored in different lives. The woman looked at Emma. "I can't believe he found someone like you. He must have known you needed him too." Emma's throat tightened. "I do. I didn't even know how much until he came. He changed everything." For a long moment they sat there. Emma holding Buddy. The woman wiping tears. The sun beginning to set behind them. Finally, the woman said, Maybe he was meant to find you. Maybe he knew I needed help letting go." Emma looked up, hope flickering like the last light of day. You're not going to take him back." The woman reached out and gently touched Buddy's head. He didn't flinch, but he didn't lean in either. "I think he's already found his new home. And I think I just found a little piece I didn't know I needed." Emma burst into tears. She leaned forward, wrapping one arm around the woman while still clutching Buddy. It was messy. It was real. "Thank you," Emma whispered, "for letting him stay. For everything." The woman smiled through tears. "Just promise me you'll love him like I did." "I already do." They exchanged numbers. The woman asked to visit sometimes, just to see him happy. Emma promised. It felt like a strange kind of family forming, one born from love, loss, and healing. That night, back at home, Emma told her mom everything. Her mother just listened quietly, then said, "Sometimes the things we think we lose forever come back to us in a new way." Weeks passed. Buddy became part of their life completely. He had his own spot on Emma's bed, his own bowl with his name, and even a tiny sweater that made him look ridiculously adorable in the cold. Emma's world was brighter. She laughed more. She painted again. She talked to classmates about Buddy and even joined the after-school animal club. Her teachers noticed the change. So did her mom. One day, her mom stood in the doorway watching Emma nap with Buddy curled beside her. "You saved each other," she whispered, more to herself than anyone else. And she was right. For Emma, Buddy wasn't just a pet. He was a guardian of her heart, a reminder that even in the loneliest moments, someone, or something, could show up and turn everything around. And for Buddy, Emma was his new forever. The girl who knelt down when no one else did. The girl who loved without needing a reason. The girl who gave him not just a home, but a family. In a world full of noise, rules, and rushing time, one quiet puppy and one quiet girl had found each other. And in doing so, they taught everyone around them that sometimes the best stories aren't the ones we expect. They're the ones that begin with a paw print on the pavement and end with one on your heart. The end.